Clerk, can you call the roll?
Tom Chandler. Tony Luna.
Here.
Larry Green.
Here.
Beth Pafford.
Here.
Myron Rhodey.
Here.
Greg Matthews.
Present.
Justin Adcock.
Here.
Tim Reynolds.
Here.
Glenn Merriman.
Here.
Susanna Cripps Daughtry.
Here.
Daniel Cripps.
Here.
Jeff Barnes.
Here.
Sabrina Farler.
Here.
Tony Colwell.
Here.
14 present.
Thank you. We'll move on to approval of our agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll second.
Tim made a motion and Myron Rhodey seconded. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Approval of our minutes of January 23rd.
Make a motion to approve it. I'll second it.
Tony Colwell made a motion to approve the minutes. Greg Matthews seconded that motion. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Move on to our financial reports. First one's our local option sales tax report of 2022 to 2023. January, DeKalb County collected $182,660.21. City of Smithville, $418,757.95. Alexandria, $36,751.71. Downtown, $4,655.34. Liberty, $13,799.54. Our net collection, $656,624.75. We got a motion to acknowledge this local option sales tax report.
I'll make a motion to acknowledge.
Greg Matthews made a motion,
Second.
seconded by Myron Rhodey. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Down to our budget amendments. We got one budget amendment in Fund 128. Would anybody like to make a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve it.
Tony Colwell made a motion to approve Fund 128's budget amendment. Justin Adcock seconded that motion. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We have several budget amendments for Fund 101. Would anybody like to make a motion to acknowledge all these and pass? Larry Green made a motion to approve all of Fund 101's budget amendments. Myron Rhodey seconded that motion. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Board of Education. We have several of these budget amendments as well. Would anybody like to make the motion? All right. All right. Myron would like to approve all these together, and Ms. Susanna Cripps Daughtry seconded that motion. Does anybody have any discussion? All right. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Now we go on to new business. The Public Works Committee meeting minutes. Would anybody like to make a motion to acknowledge these minutes? Tom Chandler made a motion to acknowledge the Public Works Committee meeting minutes.
I second that motion.
Seconded by Justin Adcock. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Community and Economic Development Committee meeting minutes. Would anybody like to make a motion to approve these? Tom Chandler made the motion. Myron seconded it. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes as well. Our first resolution tonight is going to be resolution number 2023-2087. It's a resolution to apply for the Community Development Block Grant Funds. This is a grant for up to $420,000, and the commission has talked about maybe purchasing an ambulance with this. I got an estimate earlier today. An ambulance runs approximately $250,000 right now. So, and in this grant, we'd only have to pay the 16% on our end. So it'll be a 16% match of the total project number.
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
Is that grant, can we buy 2 ambulance chassis and have them remounted? Because that gives us 2 new chassis versus just 1 new ambulance.
Yeah. So
I don't know how it's written.
I'm not sure. I'd have to ask the Upper Cumberland.
I'd like that to be asked.
Yeah, I could do that. I know Hoyt Hill talked something about, one of his current ambulances is the van style type ambulances, and we've kind of went to the truck styled.
And I know we got one coming to replace it, and that's the last van one, ain't that right? Oh, there's only 1 van chassis left.
Right.
Yeah, you can buy it as we buy it about the number to replace it.
Yeah, 'cause I know we got an ambulance coming for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's already on order, ain't that right?
Well, I think
Or it's in them.
the one, we do have one on order that's about to get here, but it's replacing an even older ambulance that doesn't have the loading system in it. It has the old loading system, not the one that
And then we're
reaches out
gonna,
and grabs the cot and brings it back.
and then we're gonna buy another one out of ARP funds, right?
No.
That we-
No.
No,
Did
we
we?
put that, that's what, we decided to get a grant instead
Okay.
and took that off the list.
About anything specific. It's
That's
about-
correct. It's about applying for the grant. Yeah. All right, Tom Chandler made a motion to,
Mr. Mayor?
yes, sir,
It is a possibility of up to what, $430,000?
$420,000.
So if we get the full amount, it's almost enough like this.
Yes, and that's, if you would like to do that, we can.
That's what we need to look at
Yeah.
if we get the full amount.
Right. So,
We can put enough in there extra.
yes, we could.
That's the difference.
When I spoke to Tommy Lee about this, I kind of asked him the same thing, if you could get 2. He said you can, but you'd be less likely to receive the grant. You'd be more than likely to get it if you only applied for 1. But we can still take a risk and go for 2 if that's what you'd like.
So I'm
But,
just trying to
right.
get something that's quick enough there.
Yeah.
to get rid of the
And he needs it because his ambulances have a lot of miles on them, and
old- He's trying to do the same.
right. I think he just replaced the transmission and a lot of other things.
But you can still get something else in addition to the ambulance, as long as you stay up to the 400.
Yes. So we can kind of talk a little bit more about what we want to apply, but this resolution is to apply for it. So that would give us the opportunity to be able to use the funds. Yep. Yep. So Tom still has a motion on the floor,
Yeah.
seconded by Larry Green. Any more discussion? All right. Jimmy, can you call roll?
Yes.
Tony Luna,
Yes.
Larry Green,
Yes.
Beth Pafford,
Yes.
Myron Rhodey,
Yes.
Greg Matthews,
Yes.
Justin Adcock,
Yes.
Tim Reynolds,
Yes.
Glenn Merriman,
Yes.
Susanna Cripps Daughtry,
Yes.
Daniel Cripps,
Yes.
Jeff Barnes,
Yes.
Sabrina Farler,
Yes.
Tony Colwell.
Yes.
14 yes.
All right, motion passes. Our next resolution is a resolution to adopt the property tax freeze for senior citizens. Does anybody have a
I'll
motion?
make a motion that we accept this.
Second.
Okay, Myron made a motion to accept it, and Tom Chandler seconded that motion. Go ahead and call the roll as well, since it's a resolution.
Tony Colwell,
Yes.
Sabrina Farler,
Yes.
Jeff Barnes, Daniel Cripps,
Yes.
Susanna Cripps Daughtry,
Yes.
Glenn Merriman,
Yes.
Tim Reynolds,
Yes.
Justin Adcock,
Yes.
Greg Matthews,
Yes.
Myron Rhodey,
Yes.
Beth Pfeiffer,
Yes.
Larry Green,
Yes.
Tony Luna,
Yes.
Tom Chandler.
Yes.
14 yes.
Our next resolution is to recommend impact fees for county government. So this is a resolution recommending to the state government to allow counties to have impact fees. The Tennessee County Commissioners Association is actively working on this bill in the House, so this would just show our support for that. Would anybody like to make a motion?
Make the motion.
Tom Chandler made a motion,
Second.
seconded by Tony Colwell. Any discussion? All right. Clerk, can you call the roll?
Justin Edcock,
Yes.
Greg Matthews,
Yes.
Myron Rhodey,
Yes.
Beth Pafford,
Yes.
Larry Green,
Yes.
Tony Luna,
Yes.
Tom Chandler,
Yes.
Tim Reynolds,
Yes.
Glenn Merriman,
Yes.
Susanna Cripps Daughtry,
Yes.
Daniel Cripps,
Yes.
Jeff Barnes,
Yes.
Sabrina Furler,
Yes.
Tony Colwell.
Yes.
14 yes.
Okay. Next item on our agenda is to discuss allowing county commissioners to have access to county health insurance. Would anybody like to make a motion in doing so?
I'll make a motion. Second.
Accept it.
All right. Greg Matthews made a motion to give county commissioners access to the county health insurance plan,
Second.
seconded by Tony Colwell. Is there any discussion?
I thought we were gonna have the attorney look into the ramifications of this.
Well, we spoke with Ben Rogers, and there's other counties that do it as well. We'd still be kind of like in the same discussion as we talked about in the workshop, as far as we'd have to make a line item in case somebody didn't pay. We'd have to pay for it. But
So would they be paying fully for it, or will they be paying, get a partial like the county employees get?
we would have to. We cannot pay the 450.
That's what I
part,
was, yeah,
right?
okay. So they would be
Yeah,
paying.
they would have to
would-
pay all of it,
So they're paying for
Yeah.
that themselves.
and we'll probably have to make some type of policy on them paying by like the 10th of the month,
Uh-huh.
or maybe in the first of the month. That way, there's plenty of cushion room before we actually have to pay that plan.
So this is just allowing them to have access, but when somebody actually comes forward, then we're gonna have to deal with the ramifications of that.
This motion tonight is allowing a county commission to apply. So they could do it now, but they're gonna have to pay the full premium. We wouldn't be able to contribute the $450 toward it like we would a normal employee, because that's a part of their contribution. That would have to wait till the next election cycle. We can vote for it to be that way, and we could do it probably best in the budget committee. That way they could sit down with the numbers and budget for it ongoing.
But to be part of a bigger group, this
Yeah.
would allow them to be. a bigger-
Mayor Aycock.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
spoke with Patrick Cripps, director of the schools, and he was saying that some of the Board of Education members already have access and that they pay premiums to him. They bring them in by a certain time of the month, and that's how they do it. So he was saying that there's some allowances for direct pay and things like that, and that his understanding was that the county, the Board of Education isn't responsible if they don't pay their premiums. They just have a 30-day grace period, and then they're canceled from the plan. So I'm seeking information from the benefits administrator for the plan to find out exactly how that works, and, so that we can make sure that we don't put any liability on the county if someone does wish to have access and wish to participate in the plan. So when we get that information back, then we'll know more about what we would need to do on the backside to protect the county.
Okay. Any more discussion?
I just think we need to make clear that everybody knows that the county's not subsidizing anything. It's just for the commissioners to buy in on this group plan. Correct?
The way, go ahead.
But there is a risk. If they don't pay, they move, they die.
Well, what I spoke about at the workshop was when I spoke with our HR representative, she was talking about how when an employee takes our insurance plan, they can't get rid of it. So they can't drop it until enrollment in October again. The only time that it could be dropped is if they're terminated and no longer employed with the county. So once y'all were elected, you become kind of like a county employee almost. So you would have to quit being a commissioner to get rid of the insurance, almost like as if you were terminated. And the reason it still works with an employee is because it's a deduction out of a check. So we don't have to worry about an employee paying because we take it out of their check for them. There's not that risk of them not paying it. But your checks are so small, we can't deduct it because it would be more than what you would even make. So there is a possibility that the county would have to pay it because we can't drop it if you don't pay it, and we have to, or we get fined. So, but she's gonna look into the schools about, I'm not sure how they would be able
The benefits administrator
to
of the plan
drop
for,
it,
for
but-
Tennessee, yes, who
Yeah.
I've been communicating with via email, so we're gathering all that information. They're gonna send it to me, so that way we know exactly how that is done, how the premiums can be paid, what the responsibility of the county would be if there is a failure to pay the premium. Exactly, so we know. So then we know exactly what we're looking at.
So I guess I've kind of heard one side of the story and she's heard a different, so.
Mr. Mayor, do we need to table this until we get a little more information, or
Yeah.
what do you think?
Well, that would be all skull, I guess, but, we got a motion and a second on the floor, so we're gonna have to vote on it,
Okay.
so. Is there any more discussion before we do that? All right, clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Tim Reynolds,
Yes.
Justin Adcock,
Yes.
Greg Matthews,
We're voting
You're voting
proceed with it.
yes.
Yes.
Myron Rhodey,
Yes?
Beth Pafford,
Yes.
Larry Green,
Yes.
Tony Luna,
Yes.
Tom Chandler,
Yes.
Tony Colwell,
Yes.
Sabrina Farler,
Yes.
Jeff Barnes,
No.
Daniel Cripps,
Yes.
Susanna Cripps Daughtry,
Yes.
Glenn Merriman.
No.
12 yes, 2 no.
All right, motion passes. Our next item on the agenda is the acknowledgement of the Sheriff's Department policies and procedures for 2023, 2024.
I'll put that in the form of a motion that we accept it.
Myron made a motion to acknowledge. Tim seconded that. Any discussion? Tim? Yep. Sorry if I'm talking too fast. Can you slow down? All right. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Other business, we did have some new senior directors. Miss Jennifer White is our new Alexandria Senior Citizen Center Director. Miss Jennifer Joins is going to be our temporary employee taking Pam Redmond's place until Pam Redmond returns. Can I get just a motion to acknowledge these
I
two?
make a motion to acknowledge it.
Got a motion by Daniel Cripps,
Second.
second by Tony Colwell. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Go on to our notaries. We got Miss Kathy Hendricks, Gina Reynolds, Jennifer Sevilla, Brenda Taylor, Miranda Zenderkio. Do I get a motion to approve these notaries?
I'll make that motion.
Beth
Second.
made a motion. Myron seconded it. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Any public comments? All right, seeing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Jeff Barnes made a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Seconded by Myron Rhodey. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed?